through love. Oh, you know we had to do it, right? Brother empowerment. It's been a long time. Helping brothers to break through without breaking. With international viewership. That means that we are getting our message worldwide and nothing can stop us from showing our brothers and their family love. So you know we had to do it right. Come on now. Brother empowerment, we about to do it. Let's go. We love you guys. Come on,
let's go. My brother hit my phone, said, bro, let's go. We gotta build a home, we gotta build a throne, somewhere that we can roam. Let's get these brothers up to start to build each other up. It's time for us to level up in power. Yeah, we stepping up higher from the fire that ignited from the heavens up. Now it can't expire, cause my brother's always checking up. On me, put your blessings up. Homie, never letting up. On me, said, call me if you need, and couldn't believe it. I finally found brothers that's healing, now I receive it, cause they invited me to breathe in all of the meaning of the true brotherly love. Just what I needed, man, it's such a vibe to build with brothers through the struggles. Man, it's such a high to have them help you through your troubles, make you feel alive. Cause as they raising your spirits, you start embracing your fearless. You can't deny that you're clearing all the demons from your heart, wishing it from the start. To any brother that wanna step in and be a part, cause it's easier to do it together than be apart. Hope to be the beacons of light that can shine in the dark.
Come on, let's go.
What's going on? It's Thursday. That means
it's Brother Empowerment Day.
So if this is your first time watching, where in the world have you been?
Yeah.
But for those who are brand new, Brother Empowerment is a show designed to help our brothers and their families to break through without breaking. Now, this is not one of those bashing shows, but it is an opportunity for us to engage in a healthy dialogue and hope that something that is discussed will help our brothers and their families live a more positive and impactful life. Right?
Yes, right.
So before we get into our special guest, before we get into our special guest, no S. Bro,
it's only one of y'all.
How's your week?
Man, the week has been expensive, man. It's been expensive. Adulting would not recommend 2.5 out of 5 stars. Like
1 star.
Like man. So yeah, but no, it's been expensive, man. But also it's been, again, just like last week, it's been just a really reflective time. And man, I've just been reflecting on everything, man. Just past conversations, interactions, all kinds of stuff, man. So it's just been expensive and introspective. And I don't know if that's good or bad. What about you, bro? Yeah.
It's been stressful and expensive and trash. It's been straight trash. I can't wait to this part of this stuff is over.
Yeah.
So I can just move on. But yes, I do agree. Extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. Mm-hmm. Now my highlight is I got one of these Afghanistan Co hoodies.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
that's what's up.
Which is amazing. And I look great in green, so I'm gonna go with that. So that was a highlight.
Okay.
That was a highlight.
No,
Getting the hoodie.
I like that a lot.
Getting the hoodie is a highlight. And I know they're so confused about what temperature is it in this room right now at this very moment. And it's none of your business. Iconic. How was your week?
I guess it was okay.
What?
I don't know. It was straight. The week wasn't too bad, I guess. Just working, working. Got to see some brothers this week. Got to see Jay. Got to see the owner of Afghanistan Co. Mizghund, working on releasing this single soon. So we're trying to plan for this video. Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
I kind of was it. That's you on the intro, right?
Yeah, that was me on there. Yeah.
Bars.
You get busy. You get busy, bro.
I try.
Yes, he does.
I try.
So I guess Deuce Tyrell, go and introduce yourself since you're the special guest. He just came in and asked a question. I like this.
He ready.
Yeah, what's going on? I'm Deuce Tyrell. Basically artist, producer, engineer, That's a screenplay, writer, everything. That's coming. It's coming real soon, super soon.
He a superstar.
Also, yeah. Nah, I don't know about all that, but I do what I do. I got a couple artists. Shout out to T Lane, Sitch, Rome, Ari, DJ R&B, the whole Four Phones, Entertainment. Basically, that's my collective. DJ J, can't forget DJ JB. My Styles in the Hood. Damn.
Dang.
Chris. It's a lot. It's a lot of us, man. It's a lot of us. Wade Banner too.
Yeah, he getting an award.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot of DJs, a lot of DJs, a lot of people. But I just wanted to shout out everybody, show everybody love. You know what I'm saying? Why I have this platform. I appreciate y'all. My kitchen and my ironing stuff is in the back, so I'm sorry about that, but it's all good. We're out here living ready.
Yeah, straight trap living. I love it.
Yes, yes. Man. I'm from Meadowbrook. I'm from Rocky Mount, so yeah, that part.
So who we got viewing, bro?
Well, I know Mama Garnett is watching, and
right.
I spot Sean Bates from YouTube Land. What's up, Sean?
What's going on, Sean?
And I see
we don't know who this is.
A bunch of Facebook users. Unfortunately, well, somebody knows me because somebody says CG. I don't know who that is, but please put your comment in the comment section so that we can shout you out. I know we got Sherry Dawson in the building talking junk already.
She said all white beater.
This is a Love's a Parable shirt. Thank you. It's not just a tank top. It is a Love's a Parable tank top.
He said he's from Washington Street.
Oh, hey, Louise, what's going on?
Oh, Washington State. Hey, you better let me know.
Louise?
You know what I'm saying? With the wrong beanie. Nah, it's the right one.
Right. So City on the rise. Let's go. Let's go.
Dude, Deuce got fans of it. What's up, Lonnie, man?
Look at Lonnie pose. That joke is dope.
This is up in we can why is it doing it? Who is it?
I don't even know who that is.
Bruh's on he's on Jet Magazine.
Yeah, yes, maybe StreamYard will fix that as we go along. But,
man of the year.
No, he got to hit wherever he is. He need to hit the permission so it can show his name. So he might be in a different place viewing whoever that is.
Okay.
All right. So let's jump on to it. We're doing quotes. Multi-platinum Deuce Tyrell and iconic. So
we did that one last week.
Triple wood. No, I'm just playing.
This one?
Yeah, we did last week.
What about this one?
Oh yeah, that one is new.
Okay.
That's new.
So we're gonna jump into it. Hit it, bro.
Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. Lao Tzu.
You didn't get me to mess it up. What you got, Deuce?
For this? I guess it's a difference between, just kind of like it's a big thing when you say know thyself. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If you know yourself, you know how you're gonna react. You know how to act in certain situations. Knowing others is cool. It's kind of level setting your expectations, but knowing yourself, that's the ultimate important thing. That's what we're in therapy for. That's what we're in training for. Like that's what we why we take all of these steps for self-improvement. Because when you know yourself, you pretty much know how to move. You can teach yourself how to move. It just makes you a better person overall. That's my opinion. That's all I really got to say about it.
Word. I like that, man.
Oh, my 23andMe cousin.
Oh, what's
we'll
up?
Find out which cousin on 23andMe.
What's up, Jay?
And I was supposed to be on your show. I was supposed to be on his show Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was hit with atomic.
Yeah, with life. Oh, so
what's up? You the bros?
So Chanel said it's well, she said right there it's Chanel. So
yeah,
what's going on, Chanel?
Chanel, are you in the group or are you on the page? See where you are. It might be easier to go to the page if that's the case.
Yeah, my bad. For people who look at that video from the Love's Parable group, my bad. I wasn't supposed to do that. What's going on?
Hey, Booski.
My lady Rashia, aka She-Hulk.
Hey, Booski. He said basically self-work.
That's beautiful,
from
man.
the world.
I can't. I'm not dating again until she had to have watched all 25 Marvel movies. I ain't got time. And the shows. I ain't got time.
All of it. No rewatching.
My ex-wife rewatched all the movies, and I'm telling you, I'm not doing it again. She has to have seen all of them. If you're not initiated, I'm sorry.
Play catch up on your own.
So look back to this quote. Yeah. What you got, Iconic?
What you got, man?
First thing that comes to mind is like knowing others. I mean, you could look at people and you could know people. That's easy to me. Knowing yourself really takes work. It takes a lot of self-reflection. It takes a lot of acceptance and admitting to yourself like certain things that you might not be okay with. So I think to me, knowing yourself is a little bit, it's tougher, and it's definitely, it's enlightenment, because I feel like you can, kind of like what Deuce said, right? Like you can't really, you're never going to be able to navigate the world the way, in the best possible manner if you don't truly know who you are. I feel like you could know everybody, and if you don't know yourself, it doesn't matter, because I think like what's the point? I mean, that's one of the reasons why personally, like, I don't really spend a lot of time how a lot of people just sit there and be all up in everybody's business, or like trying to learn about what all these famous people lives got what they got going on, and like Kanye West's babies' names and all these, like, I don't need to know none of that. I don't waste my time trying to even know any of that, because I got, I'm trying to figure out who I am right now.
Yeah.
You leave Kanye out of this. Thank you. Let me stop.
Yes. CeeLo.
Yeah, we got you, Chanel. We see you loud and clear.
Hey, Rick.
What's up, Rick, bro?
Chanel said, knowing self, independence, knowing others, interdependence.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I like what Iconic said about, knowing other people is easy. Because I think that it goes back to what I talked about before, that focusing on things and people other than yourself is a form of deflection, and it is easier. But really deep diving into yourself and knowing yourself, as far as, especially the intricacy of you, why you react to certain things, why certain things, are sacred to you, why certain things are in your sacred box, why certain people are in your sacred box. How have your past experiences affected you? Like, all those things are part of the equation that is you. And if you're spending your time really getting to know you in and out, you won't have time to people watch. I know a bunch of people watchers, and the people watchers spend a lot of time watching other people. And it's just like, you spend a lot of time watching other people when you spend that time with yourself. So I would definitely say that knowing yourself is enlightenment, because you do gain a heightened sense of value and a sense of enlightenment from really knowing yourself truly and fully, to the point where nobody can tell you about you. So,
yeah, it changes the narrative from like trying to be somebody's piece to coming in peace. And I think a lot of people don't know how to do that. They just, you expect somebody else to be your piece, to be that thing that you're lacking, when you have everything within you to be the very thing that you feel like you need more of.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't know how to possess that. So when you walk in peace, nothing can really rock you when you understand who you are, because it's a deeper elevation, which means it's something that you're kind of like endowed in. Mm-hmm. And so you submerge in who you are. So when things happen, it can't really rock you, because you're so deep in you that when those other things happen, it won't really bother you,
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Come here.
I would add one more thing to that too. I feel like a lot of people that spend time paying attention to other people end up just copying those people. Right? Like, they never find their own path because they're too busy following everybody else's path.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that kind of goes right along with how misery loves company. And how misery is a company, because it tries to enlist people to go into that, like, how dare you be this person who have reached a level of self-actualization, and you dare to be happy and reach a level of contentment with self. So a lot of people don't understand how it is, and they want to sabotage your self-actualization if they can't copy it and try to duplicate it in some type of way.
Yeah, absolutely.
The trouble is that some people think they know themselves, but they only know the character they play. Their performative self. Come on.
Yeah, that's probably terrible. That might be
Let's go.
If you don't know who you are, how can you tell someone else who you are?
Absolutely.
Right. That's an interview you will not pass.
Absolutely. And as someone who, endured things in his childhood and really formulated a personality to survive, I can really actually get with, I don't know who the Facebook user is. I'm pretty sure it's Tara, but I don't know who it is. But what they said just a second ago, that performance self and playing a character, like I have firsthand experience with that, because when you're constantly in survival mode, you do things that are not organic to your actual self.
Yep, because you just be playing the game. I agree. Ricky the Beard. I don't know why I'm blocked, because you might be in the group, Cordell.
Yeah, so it's my bad. So if you get out and go to the Low Treble page and go into the video from there, bro, you might, you probably be good. My bad, B.
You just probably need permissions within the group, and you ain't do it yet.
Yeah.
What's going on, E?
What's up, E, man? He was supposed to be on the show. We gonna E. Hey, man, next week we on your helmet, bro. You're gonna be on the show next week, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You better be on the show next week, E. Okay, we got that one. If you don't know who you are, who somebody else is, Ricky. Thank you. That must be Mo. Landy, what's going on?
Up, Landy?
Survival mode is necessary until it's not anymore. And the sad part is a lot of people don't know when it's not necessary anymore, because survival mode can become a condition and a way of life.
Yep, exactly. Yep. I mean, especially for Black people, for sure.
Yeah, and I kind of have the same same situation like you see. Like growing up, we used to move around a lot, so I felt like I had to fit in all the time. Every time we moved somewhere, I had to become a different person just to be able to fit in. And I was never really realizing who I was until really recently, to be honest. Yeah. Now I'm like in tune. Now I'm in tune with who I am. So it's like it doesn't even matter what situation, who I'm around. I know who I am, and that's not going to change now.
Yeah.
Love it. To add on to that, like seriously, same thing. Like I'm actually exploring that in therapy. Y'all don't know my real name. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm struggling with this character I created to hide the insecure nerd, behind music and all this other stuff. And who is Darren? I don't even like my birthday. I don't like nobody to call me by that, because the thing is I buried him, out of survival, because like a little Black boy that like anime and fucking like this in the film.
Whoa, the cursing, man. The cursing, yo.
Oh man, I'm sorry. It's a stutter thing. Sorry, like Samuel L. Jackson. A little Black boy that like anime and is in the film and stuff and gets called like, all these names and stuff, and you picked on and you beat up, and then I start rapping, and all the guys who were picking on me now are my friends. So you see what I'm saying? You see where that goes? So it's like psychologically in my mind, I always had to be this person. But I'm coming to terms with the fact, I mean, and it's crazy because I'm almost, I'm 36. So like I'm finally coming to terms with who I really am and trying to learn to love Darren. And sorry again for cursing, man. I completely like that slipped my mind. But trying to come to terms with that, just to be like, who is Darren? How can we love him? Because that's who I am when I'm out with chains, fronts, and a facade. And it's just cool to be. It's cool to get to know the person under all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just something that I'm dealing with right now. But you know.
And
the
I
same
think
thing.
it's
I moved a lot.
too.
I moved a lot when I was young.
Yeah.
So,
I think a lot of that happens around 36, 37 anyway,
Mhm.
because I think 37 is when I fully embraced who I was and truly understood. You know, I always say this: people will teach you about your gifts, skills, and talents.
Mhm.
But when you really reach a level of understanding yourself, they will teach you about the potency of your gift, skill, and talent.
Mhm.
And you'll understand like why you couldn't joke a certain way, or you can't do certain things that other people will do because it will cause collateral damage. Or when you do something, it's like it influences so many different people. So when you start to understand the potency of your gift, skills, and talents, you begin to really become responsible, because a lot of us have been irresponsibly ourselves for so long
Mhm.
that we lack the accountability factor of embracing all of the different things that we can do, can see, can be, and really start to stretch all of our gifts,
Mhm.
all of our talents. And that's when you walk into your purpose like boldly, like you walk into that thing like it's a trench coat, because you just start to get new things, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that we gotta, it's something about that age where it just starts to happen. And we start to just see things a little differently. And when you understand that, you'll stop saying things like people need to pay me my worth,
Mhm.
because people will never be able to pay your worth when you understand your value.
Right.
But there will be things that you'll negotiate,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
So it's a little different all the way around. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely.
Let me see. We need to be on your show. Fly with us. It was supposed to happen actually Sunday. I'm sorry, cousin-in-law.
Mhm.
Be yourself. Everyone else is taken.
Yep.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's hard being the new guy. It makes it easy to fall into character unless you know thyself.
Yep.
That's facts.
Us nerds, I'm cool now, bro. I hope it's not a phase though. People always like to dub things. People always like to dub things as weird that doesn't fit into a particular stereotype that we feel we should fit into. Anime lovers are on the rise. Y'all been on the rise for 20 years.
I want to say about the whole like nerd thing.
Every anime say that.
I want to say
He's just Cordell. Go ahead. Look at it. Go ahead, anime.
Well, I'll say that. I'll preface this and say that Rocky Mount is not a place that is abundant of open-minded people. I'll just say that. Like, it's a lot of people who even saw me got like really sick and almost died, and they still try to convince me that the virus doesn't exist at all. So like, yeah, you know, trying to convince some guys like, you know, when you in 1997 that, you know, that anime is cool, it didn't rock a lot. Not from my perspective. But go ahead. Not to say that to detract.
He read it too.
Well, I mean,
Look, his muscles got tight too. Like he about to beat somebody up over some anime.
Yo, y'all crazy.
Who said something about anime?
The only two things I'm gonna say. One is that I've been a cartoon anime lover since forever. But I will say too that the whole like you know, quote unquote nerd thing, that the caveat to the nerd thing is that I think that having certain interests wasn't always the thing that maybe get picked up. It was some people who just were a little awkward and or a little on the damaging side, and they're not accountable for that kind of behavior, so they deflected onto I was a nerd and I had different interests. That's why nobody liked me. No, nobody liked you because your hygiene was questionable and you were always
come on, bro.
Like no, I'm just saying like
I can say that I can say that a lot of the women
because I was a quote unquote nerd in high school, and so I lost most people, and so I can tell you that some of those things definitely happen. Now, mind you, I was able to move around different crowds, but while some other people weren't. But that's the reason why it's like no, you like anime was not you, and I'm talking about not talking about you, dude. Talking about just people in
I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. Like once I started rapping, I had sauce, so it didn't even matter.
Right. But that is true.
the gangsters wanted to be my friends, like literally. And when I say the gangsters, I'm talking about like I got friends who brought guns to school and all kind of stuff. So like literally, once I started rapping, all the gangsters wanted to be my friends. But I feel what you're saying too. There were some weird dudes who were just they were just weird. They would, and some people. I have social anxiety. I'm awkward. I have Asperger's. Like I don't read social cues very well. So like it's a lot of stuff that I don't get. You know what I mean? Like stuff I don't understand when people flirt with me. I don't understand sometimes what's appropriate and inappropriate. Like it's just things that I sometimes it just doesn't register for me. So like, but my ability, I was smart enough to use my ability to overcome all the other stuff and extraness. And a lot of people just think I'm just like a jerk when really I just didn't understand the context of whatever was going on. So I totally understand what you were saying, because there's guys who like they was musty, they wore all like they dressed weird, and like it's just what it was. Luckily my dad was a D-boy, so like he could dress. So I wear his clothes, you know what I'm saying? If it came down to it, I had the swag from him. So I don't know, man. I would say that I'm very fortunate in terms of all of that, because I went from literally like getting jumped to like fan favorite overnight to being popular like within a year.
And just think, all you had to do was wash. If you'd have washed, you'd have had friends. One shower away, you wouldn't have got jumped. You would.
See, here's the thing though. Back in I remember like back in school, the nerds didn't really care about they didn't care about dressing cool. They didn't care about the sports. So they always got put in this bucket of like just being weird, because at that time it was either you was in sports or you was fly or into music. Like if you weren't part of that, then you were just labeled as this weirdo that nobody wanted to be a friend with. And I remember going through that myself, because I just didn't. Everybody be talking about all these sports. I was never really. I played sports, but I was never really into watching. So I didn't have anything to talk to these dudes about, right? So I didn't fit into that bucket. And then I wasn't really wearing the fashion. I didn't really have a fashion sense at all until like a couple of years ago. So I wasn't like the cool dude, but I didn't. I liked anime.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't like no darn anime. That's stupid.
You missing out. You missing out. I mean, you missing out.
No, but I think that it does. I think the personality of the person is a huge thing. And I think how well, not necessarily, I think it's how well you understand you and what you embrace. Because for me, I never was a faddish type person. Yeah. And like something has always been about me. Like if everybody is doing that, I'm gonna do something totally opposite. Like I never had a pair of Jordans. And I never wanted a pair of Jordans. But I was rocking some Scottie Pippens. Woo! But and then the other thing is, I remember when I was trying to figure out what my fashion sense was gonna be, and everybody, see, I'm a little older than y'all. See, there was a time where Durangos were extremely popular. And so I couldn't afford no Durangos because they was like $109.
Yeah.
They were expensive, yeah.
This was when Nautica was first coming out. Nautica and Duckhead was like very popular. So I used to rock the Duckhead shoes and the Nautica shoes. And then Boys to Men came out with that preppy boy look. Yeah. And I was like, I'm fashionable. But it happened like always like that. But I think if you are a person that carry you, and you are a person that embraces you, people will catch on to you. Because it's like, I've been dope. You just ain't know. You late to this party.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
I remember getting clowned, man, and I hate to keep doing this. Like, okay, 7th grade, remember, went to Terrytown Mall. Terrytown Mall was the black mall. It got, when Hurricane Floyd hit in 1999, it was destroyed. But that was the black mall that had all the good stuff. Like, so I went there one day, 7th grade I was in, and I brought like a Miami Dolphins like sweatshirt. Boom. It was like green and it had the orange and stuff. And I seen these commercials about Vans. and I seen these kids that were wearing Vans, and there was some orange Vans, the classics. So I was like, wow, them is dope. And it was only like $30 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I begged my mom to get them. She got them. So I had the Miami Dolphins joint, the orange, you know what I'm saying, Vans, and I had the jeans that was like stonewashed. It looked kind of like green, but they had like the stitch that made it look kind of orange. So I was fly. I thought I was fly. My friends ain't say nothing all day. They like, all right, I see you, Darren. I see you, you know what I'm saying? I see you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, trying to get my love, you know. So we get to lunch period. We still 13, 12. Everybody goes outside after lunch. Then we all line up one by one. Everybody standing outside. And I didn't know it was one of my friends. I found out later. Somebody said, Darren got on some cookies. And cookies is off-brand shoes. So like everybody in the whole school started laughing, bro. And I was just like, dang, bro. Dang. Like that was the worst. I swear, bro. It was like the worst day of my life. I got in 2 fights. I was crying. Like, just like literal like things like, I don't know. I felt like the story was better in my head.
Man.
I mean, back then there were there. I mean, bullying was like crazy. Like that's a thing. Like,
bro, like I'm trying to tell you, like it could have ended at that they didn't know what the shoe was, right?
Yeah.
Nah, when people start throwing like stuff at you and stuff, like it's like what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Now it's physical. Because I wore shoes they didn't know about. And Vans, look now, they like one of the biggest. They got stores at all the outlets. Like they arguably as big as Nike. But because what I had on wasn't Nikes, I got what I got. So,
bro, that's like Champion. Champion used to be the Walmart brand.
Yep.
How Champion become one of the most expensive brands? They used to be at Walmart.
It is.
Champion kind of went back and forth. One time Champion was name brand, then it went to Walmart, then it came back.
Yeah.
Because Starter did the same thing. Yep. Starter used to be named brand, then it went to Walmart. I don't know what happened.
Now it's coming back. I mean, same thing with Chuck Taylors. You know, Converse Chuck Taylors used to be $20 a pair. I mean, I got my first pair for $20. Now Chuck Taylors are expensive. They're just like Vans, $50,
bro. You can still get the classics for $20. Just go to Burlington.
Here he go, that Burlington. See, that's why he get picked at right there.
No, I don't care anymore though, because I know who I am now.
We care. Stop. Well, don't know who you are. Don't get to know yourself. Stop knowing you. Let me stop.
I love Burlington.
Cousin-in-law said you need to have us as guests. 20 plus years of marriage, married young with kids, and all ups and downs. How's she gonna tell us she young too? We got married young. Okay, well we working all that out anyway, cousin-in-law. Ricky said you was about to go Super Saiyan. You did. You saw the muscles, and his muscles did the muscles.
Seriously, his arms just went crazy when he
went like
heard the anime.
First of all,
let me explain it. In the anime, it was you was awkward. Anime was dope.
Hold on, bro.
One Punch Man over there.
Not the hygiene. Elijah said, I used to play Magic and Pokemon at the lunch table one day, and at the freestyle table the next. I had to tap. Think about being a blurred growing up in the projects. You probably related to Deuce Tyrell.
Facts, bro.
Good evening. We don't know which one you are because
So anybody who's watching,
no, man. No, you ain't getting them on. Thanks, hip hop. And you rule number one, no biting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Not in Jersey.
Hey, Tia.
Yep. Rick said, remember peeps climbing?
Yeah.
Saying Bobo. We used to say cat heads, man. Yep. Payless was the store you didn't want to get shoes from.
They probably was the Payless, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Now listen, Fubu used to be name brand.
Hell yeah.
Fubu shoes, bro. I used to clown people with Fubu shoes, though.
Fubu was hot for like a good 2 years.
Bro, I used to have the
Buffalo.
biggest Fubu jacket.
It had like a 5-year run because it had like 98, 99 for sure, and then like in the early 2000s they started doing the Fat Albert stuff, and some people was like rolling with that, but then when it got like by the time it got to like JC Penney and stuff, like it was like nah.
That's kind of like Mecca and Echo too.
Mm-hmm.
They changed
Echo. Man, I was so obsessed with Echo. I used to sit on their website like for hours and just like look at like the photo shoots. Like, man, I want to get this, but then you see a shirt and it's like $30 and you're 15. Like, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Look, we only made it to one quote. This whole panel got look ADD right here. Okay, next one.
All right.
Oh wow.
It's in the act of having to do things that you don't want to, that you learn something about moving past the self, past the ego. Bell Hooks.
Oh.
It's in the act of having to do things that you don't want.
Yeah, you had to go first.
It's in the act of having to do things that
The
you
hell
don't
with y'all. Let me stop.
That one, hold on, read that one again. It's in the act of having to do things.
So it's in the act of having to do things that you don't want to, that you learn something about moving past the self, past the ego. Bell Hooks.
That's actually what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, go.
So that's
something to say. You're right.
I was just gonna say I feel like this is specific to like putting yourself in situations that are uncomfortable for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or
You
being
know,
put in situations like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But that act of having to do it, sometimes it gets you past that pride, that ego. Right.
Yeah.
Because it's very uncomfortable to be, those are uncomfortable situations because it's not something that you really want to do. And I feel like that goes back to knowing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I don't really have much about
Well, what I like about that is basically saying being uncomfortable forces you into a place of enlightenment.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you just don't gracefully walk into enlightenment and be like, "Oh, I'm here."
Yeah.
It's like you randomly stumble upon that thing because you was uncomfortable and nervous, and it's like it pushed you on the dance floor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so, what you gonna do? You gonna Reebok it or what? So I definitely agree with that. What you about to say, Deuce?
Nah, I was about to say you took exactly what I was about to say. Like, being in when the universe is not universe, God, whoever you want to. When they don't want you in a certain space, they will take you and put you in a different space. I know that personally from plenty of times in my life. Recently, definitely, people were in my life that didn't need to be in my life, and I feel like God removed them, or the universe, or whatever you believe. I don't care. Like it either way, karma or whatever, this force that is balancing things. It removes people and processes out of your life. When I was at a job for 7 years that I absolutely hated, I literally sat there and just wasted away, and I got overweight, and I was depressed, and I was suicidal. And then here comes the pandemic, and it like rips that job away from me. And I was wondering how I was going to survive, but it's been over a year now, and I'm still surviving. I'm still thriving out here, bro. And even then, when I wasn't walking in my purpose, COVID comes and makes me focus again, like walking your purpose. I'm going to remove these people who are distracting you. You know what I'm saying? Remove these people who are in your way. And basically, you have to man up and be like, okay, I don't want to let go of these things, but now I have to. I want to hold on to these things. Oh, she fine, but she no good for me. She toxic, but she don't mean me no good. So I gotta like stop trying to cling on the fact that you feel like you got some trophy in your life and move forward and walk in your purpose. Or I have to stop feeling like I have to put on a facade, and be this person and be humble again, show that humility and walk in my purpose. You understand what I'm saying? That's literally like this past year in a nutshell for me. But that's just what I got from the quote. Piggybacking, of course, but yeah.
What you got, Hulk?
Y'all said everything. I literally don't have anything. You said it. You said it. Iconic said it. I don't have anything.
He said he just gonna sit there and rock his muscles.
Flexing on him. I see him doing that whatchamacallit move with his big old biceps and chest and stuff. Sitting over there. Who does that? Who's the actor that always be playing with him? What's his name?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. Yeah, he's sitting over there, Terry Cruising in the seat.
Okay, Crews. Emotion without reason lets people walk all over you. Reason without motion is a mask for cruelty. Ooh.
Woo!
Man,
This brother spit.
I like that one a lot.
That
Yeah,
kind of hurt my feelings.
man, man. Like,
Emotion without reason let people walk all over you. Reason without emotion is a mask for cruelty.
I love that. That might actually be my favorite one so far.
Yeah. I don't even know where that one came from.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it means.
not so.
Yeah,
To me, what it says is, if you really get deep in your emotions and let them just kind of just flare or overwhelm you, and you don't know why, and that gives people power over you, because it gives people the ability to really take you out of your character or take you out of your peaceful zone at a whim, and you have really no control of that because people know how to get to you. As far as on the other side, if you have no emotion, which meaning you may not have any compassion, any empathy, any sympathy, any of that, and you just are straight, just cold logic or whatever, that is definitely a means to be, like she said, cruel, like person said, cruel. You can say, well, why'd you do that? Well, because this. Well, don't you consider how someone feels or how they feel or this and that? No, that's the reason. That's it.
Yeah, so basically your emotion, when you're just emotional, you become a puppet.
Yep.
But
because people know, and you don't really have a foot. You don't have like ground.
Right.
And
then if you just go by reason, you basically miss the humanity of everything.
Exactly.
Because you're trying to make it make sense.
Yep.
My cousin said he wants y'all all on the show. Well, all of us on the show.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Send them friend requests. They don't accept.
Yeah.
Deuce Tyrell probably at 5,000. I was lucky I got in when he was like in the 4,000s.
I am at 5,000, but I'll delete. So I just deleted somebody so I can add somebody. So
He said you can follow him though.
Yeah.
Listen, Rashid said she needed that last quote. That quote was for her today. She just learned how much she's healed and how much she's grown because of something.
Mm-hmm.
Morally, she just had to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is because of Cordell.
Good evening, whoever that is.
What's that saying again? Nothing worth having is easy to get.
I actually don't like that saying, because things that are meant for you will actually won't be hard to get. I think that actually that saying nothing worth having is easy to get is because people place too much value on the wrong things, or they place value on things that aren't meant for them. So I think that's why people say it's hard to get, because the things that are meant for you will not be hard to get. As a matter of fact, Iconic actually was talking to me one day. He said in the Islam culture, one of the things they believe in, quote me or correct me if I'm wrong, Iconic, you told me that Allah says that things that are meant for you, he'll put in your path and it won't be hard for you to achieve them.
Yeah.
Right.
I
was actually about to mention that too. So there's a prayer that we do when we feel like we're in a dilemma, right? When we don't know what decision to make or what's good for us or what's not. So the prayer is that you ask God, if it's good for you, make the path easy. And if it's not good for you, to make the path difficult. And that's like the sign that you're supposed to follow. Like if for example, when I was going to get married, I really liked, I met my wife. and I needed to make a decision. I didn't know if I wanted to get married. Is she the right one? I didn't know. So I asked God, you know, that's what I said. I prayed. I was like, if it's meant for me, make it easy. And sure enough, after 2 weeks of talking, we got married, and it was very simple.
Yeah.
But I think that's the hard part. Is making the decision, is making that decision to say, okay, should I pray about it? Should I sit down and think about it? Because a lot of times we're so used to fighting for things that are already available. Like we want people to come and say, okay, here it is, but it's available, just get it. But I think that's where the dilemma lies. So something can be easy for us to acquire, but the mental state that we may be in is looking for somebody to hand it to us. We can just pull it off the shelf. Gotcha. And so I think that's where the struggle kind of happens a lot of times. And then our very first attempt at it, when we get it, we're like, hold on, that was too easy. Why? Because we're so conditioned to fighting, because survival is a lifestyle.
Survival mode, yeah.
And sometimes we put it back on the shelf and say that was too easy, so let me fight for the thing that was already available.
Right. Low-hanging fruit.
Yep. Elijah said that quote is exactly why both the masculine and feminine are necessary, and together it's divinity.
And the masculine and the feminine exists in all of us. Contrary to popular belief, or some popular beliefs.
That ain't what he said.
I didn't say he did.
He say he gonna check your quote. He put remix.
Remixing.
I take my emotion back.
And to answer, you want to have emotion without reason.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's where people do their best to pretend to have emotion without reason.
You ain't met just an emotional person
who doesn't know why.
They be getting mad for no reason. I mean, y'all go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, listen, I know people that's just emotion without reason, straight up. Man.
I got you, E, bro.
He said he need you to remix his quote.
He said he need my remix and get off my quote. My bad, bro.
He said he the producer of this track.
Those people be irritating me. I'm not gonna lie. People that are just like overly emotional about everything, and there's absolutely no reason to be.
That's literally a conversation between you and Mo. It's so full of emotion.
It's full of anger. That's what it is. Just be angry all the time.
Okay, we getting through it. Bro.
Yeah.
Here go another one. Go ahead, you got it.
A lie preserved in stained glass doesn't make it more true. Saul Williams. Oh, you actually just mentioned that when you were hanging out with them.
Sure did.
Yeah, you said that.
Exactly. Right.
Yep.
We were just talking about that.
Yes, Saul Williams is the truth. One of my favorite.
No, he ain't. He my favorite. How you gonna take?
I said one of my. No,
he ain't one of your nothing.
He's not.
It's that other guy, the slang guy.
E40.
No,
Nipsey
the
Hussle.
other guy.
Nipsey
What's
Hussle.
the guy you cussing me out about? The guy. The guy. The rapper
what guy? Nipsey Hussle, bro.
Nipsey Hussle, yeah. I can't think
of it like 5 times.
Favorites too, but he's my favorite. Just
no.
But
Saul belongs to me.
But he's dope with the spoken word.
I know that.
It's one of my.
No.
So explain this one. Explain this one, Jay. Say what
all y'all. You
all right. Next quote.
One of yours.
Next quote.
Explain the quote.
So
is this talking about Christianity?
It's talking about well, it can be. I mean, it can be, because you know how like those stained glass always have like some type of message in them, whether it's like in a museum, whether it's like in some type of church, whether it's in some type of any type of building. Just because you see it and it's put there and it's moralized, that doesn't make it more true.
Right.
Yeah.
Like think about how many
I can't even get into this.
Have or don't have.
What you say, Deuce?
What you say? I wouldn't be able to get into that without getting super political. But yeah, and it's just it's true. Just I agree with the quote, and it's just a lot of times the things that we were taught, because it is tradition, we cling to it, and that doesn't make it true at all, like in the slightest.
Yeah,
right.
This means that it's whatever somebody was believing at the time. They were very passionate about it,
Mm-hmm.
and now they feel like it's a rule versus an opinion.
Mm.
And that's with a lot of stuff.
Yep.
It's a lot of stuff, especially.
And the only
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only reason that I was asking whether it's specifically, and I don't know where this quote came from, the context around it, but
Dead MC trolls.
yeah, I see that, but I don't know the context, right? I see that, Jay. But I was gonna say the reason I asked if it was about Christianity is because I have personally, as a Muslim, we don't have stained glass, right? So we don't put anything like that. We don't put any statues or pictures. We don't have none of that. It's blank, right? We have architecture. It's just cultural, traditional architecture and stuff, but we don't have any stories per se that are in stained glass. So that's why I was asking. I didn't want anybody to think I was
Stained glass.
attacking Christianity or something. I was just wanted to clarify. The only reason I thought is because that's the only place I ever seen stained glass is in a church.
Old buildings.
True.
Then a lot of old buildings, schools and all of that. Old schools. All that. He said, "Forget our show. He going on to another. He done started producing."
No, not at all. I was trying to share that. Never mind. I was trying to share it, and then like something came up in my feed. I'm sorry.
Nikki said, "Overly emotional people usually have unhealed trauma."
Oh, facts.
Being overly emotional is a sign that you don't truly know yourself. Now they sitting beside each other talking and messaging. That is about perception. What has been put in stained glass is a matter of the artist's perception, and his or her truth might not be your truth. Yeah, they sitting beside each other.
Yeah.
Smart, what you think, boo? I think this. Good evening.
Good evening, Facebook user. Please identify yourself. I made a goof.
Perception is very subjective. If I see it, I believe it and want work to achieve it because of conditioned responses.
Yeah, and that's what Jay Webb said about, you know, his or her truth and all that stuff. That's something we've talked about as well when it comes to like his or her truth on it, because you see that a lot online now, and also in shows, stuff like that. Well, that's my truth and this and that, and you know, the truth is something that can be proven, that can't be refuted. And sometimes when we talk about people sometimes confusing quote unquote truth for perspective.
Right.
Everyone can have a perspective, but the truth is really just a truth, and it can't be refuted. It can be proven multiple times over.
And it don't belong to anybody.
Right. So when people say his or my truth, or that's his truth, whatever, it might be their perspective, but the truth is usually, you know, something that's just the truth. You know, it's not his, it's not mine, it's the truth.
Right. Stained glass is an art form separate from church. We used to have to make it in school.
Okay.
Hey, Tam. Perception is a scapegoat.
Stained glass in school.
It comes. We did it too.
Bible,
when it comes
Bible Belt schools.
Yep.
I never made no stained glass.
Because you were too busy being a nerd that you missed the nerd classes.
You was watching anime. Bro.
You were fighting.
You
Fair
didn't have
enough.
time to put Vans together.
I was fighting and writing. That's what I was.
And you're being
but I like what you said, see, because I feel like there are a lot of people right now who are trying to say just because they perceive something as being true that it is the truth.
Yeah.
That's just your opinion of the situation or your opinion of this idea or thought. It doesn't make it a fact. Fact has to have data around it. We can prove that it is true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just because you perceive it not to be true, you know, it's like, and I don't really want to get into it, but it's like the whole COVID situation. Some people are perceiving it not to be real. Just because you perceive it not to be real doesn't make it unreal. You know what I'm saying? Like there's facts around certain situations around it that we could say, no, this is real. But people are like, no, because that's not my reality. Well, that's you living in a different world. I don't know what world you living in. That doesn't make it untrue or true, right? Like that's just
right.
But then I also wanted to tie that back to the statement, perception is reality. But we have to, if you dig deep into that statement, perception is your reality,
Right.
but it is not the reality.
Correct.
Well, actually, perception is, I think real reality is something that is individualized, because reality is that resembles what is real. So it is based on an individual perspective. And a lot of us confuse reality with actuality.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Actuality is based off of truth, and that's everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But reality is an individual thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Forgot about that for a second.
I like that.
Perfect example: zodiac signs and people's individual choices of how they act and behave.
Yeah, no.
Girl, I'm a Scorpio and I'm gonna stick by it.
Yes. I play in the shenanigans, but that is really just people.
I have not met an uncrazy Leo yet, though.
You know, I will not. I didn't come onto the show for
on
this.
the sidereal chart.
Evidently, you did. You got your
and I'll take offense to that.
What'd you say, Deuce?
On the sidereal chart, I'm a Leo rising, and I take offense to that. So,
yes.
don't be talking about Leos.
Oh, they crazy. You a Leo too?
I'm a Pisces.
No, he's a Pisces.
I'm a Pisces, but on the sidereal chart, I'm a Leo rising. So
you got crazy tendencies.
You got your tropical chart and your sidereal chart. Sidereal chart resonates more with people of color. Tropical chart is for them Westerners. So,
sounds like you have crazy tendencies. At the end of the day, if anything, Leo is affiliated with you. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I'm a little cray-cray.
Problem solved. Let me see, Gemini all day. Which personality you get based on?
She had another one too. Says it's not the reality based on what.
Yeah, she was basically saying the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said it's not the reality. It's not the reality based on what, then who.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Gemini. Truth and facts are different. Something are true to a group of people, but not actually facts.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we have to talk. We're gonna have to unpack that one.
Yeah.
When we on y'all show. Look, see? Okay, Positive Brothers shout out, dudes. This is an opportunity to shout out brothers who are making some type of positive contribution to the community, or you, or somebody they connected to. Who you got?
All right, well, first of all, I'm gonna shout out y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cordell, Jay, y'all definitely making
and his muscles.
And Cordell's muscles. Like, let's shout out. Shout out to my boy Ice Wiseman. Shout out to again DJ R&B. Just reaching out, doing everything he can for artists, not just in the Four Fronts Collective, but around the way. Just making a positive change. Shout out to his Instagram handle is Call Me Kane, but he's the bros. But he actually has his own nonprofit in Greensboro. He's dope. He used to be a rapper, but he retired from rap to fully commit himself to just nonprofit organizations. God, man, there's so many people. I'm gonna leave them all out, so I'm just gonna cut it off right there. Go on for days, but shout out to everybody. For real.
Iconic.
Can y'all go first? Let's see, go first.
Oh.
I always forget. I gotta be thinking about this all week.
I'm sick of him already.
I don't. I'm blanking out right now, which is really sad. I'll give y'all a shout out, and then shout out to all the brothers that are doing good things.
Let's go.
Don't make fun. Don't make.
So do your biceps or triceps or trapezoids or pectoralis major or minor have anything to say?
No.
Why, yes, we do.
It was the trapezoids. That's what did it. That was it.
Nah, for real, man. I definitely want to shout out to all y'all brothers, man. Shout out to all the brothers in the network, the brothers that we've just been coming in contact with, that we're connecting with. Like Andrew and all the other brothers, man. Just shout out to the brothers that have been rocking us, like E, Iconic, all you guys, Deuce, man. Like, bro, you're the first legit producer, mixing, mastering, and rapping dude that I know that's really about his craft and is nice with it, man. So I feel like, every time we talk and stuff like that, man, I'm like, man, he's really really into this producing thing, and he's legit with it, man. So shout out to you, man. But really, I just want to shout out all the brothers who are focused on being brothers to brothers and sharpening them. It's like this guy right here, because when we were talking earlier about knowing yourself and really inside and out, this guy right here helped me do that. I can safely say that if I hadn't met him, I'd probably still be a social and whatever else chameleon, just run around different circles, just blending in, because that was my life because of the abuse that I suffered and because of my lifestyle moving around as a military kid. So if I hadn't met him, who knows what I'd be doing right now, who I'd be around. So shout out to you, bro, for sure, man.
You've probably been a Chippendale dancer.
You are disrespectful.
Hashtag Chippendales.
That's all I got, man.
I've been really thinking about my life and what I've been going through too. And like, I appreciate you brothers so much for saying all of those positive things. But it is not I, but it is he that is within me. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, we don't understand. We always talk about value, right?
Yeah.
We always talk about worth, but we don't talk a lot about cost.
Mm-hmm.
It costs to understand your worth.
Yeah.
And there's a price associated with your value. And every time you walk into your purpose, you're spending something.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I've been paying for a lot, but I'm praying that that's an investment and not, a deduction.
Right.
So here's to all of the brothers who have really just helped me continue to go through this, because it's nowhere near the end. Mm-hmm. But for some strange reason, there is a continuation of comfort. So I appreciate every last one of you who have been there rocking with me in my corner. Mm-hmm. And I'm still going to need you a lot. I love you guys. I love every last one of you guys. Deuce, thank you for finally coming on the show. And it was fun being in your kitchen, living room, dining room / studio.
It's a studio apartment, so it's like it's all together.
Yeah, I like naming them individually. You give some identity. So you're welcome anytime.
For sure, man.
And Webbs, we gotta connect so we can get their show and all of that. But like we tell everybody else, if this is your first time or you feel like there's nobody in this world that loves you, you just met 4 people who truly do. Connect with us at loveisapparable.com if you need anything. And we'll see you guys again next week.
Peace out.
Cause as they raising your spirits, you start embracing your fearless. You can't deny that you're clearing all the demons from your heart, wishing it from the start. To any brother that wanna step in and be a part, cause it's easier to do it together than be apart. Hope to be the beacons of light that can shine in the dark.